Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. So we have another soft glam tutorial. I know I've done a few of these on my channel, but I feel like that's kind of in at the moment. Everyone's loving neutrals, soft glam, embracing a bit more of, I mean, it's not natural, but like natural glam. So I just thought I'd do like another little twist on it, and something that was really easy to do. I feel like most people could kind of achieve it. I didn't make it too complicated or anything like that. Just before I get on to the tutorial, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has entered my 12k giveaway. I will leave it in the description box because it is still live, so if you want to enter and win some Alaya Skin products, then yeah, just enter down below and I will be announcing the winner in a few weeks. Yes, thank you again to everyone who has subscribed to me. If you are a new subscriber, hello, thank you so much for joining me. Let me know if you want to see any like get to know me or chatty videos. I mean, I might just do one anyway, the video that no one asked for. But if you are here to just see the makeup and you want to know how I got this look right here, then just keep on watching. So I have already done my brows off camera, so I used the pink honey glue. This is the super hold one. To prep the eyes, I'm going to use a little bit of concealer. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and we're going to pop that all over the lid to prep the eyes for eyeshadow. I'm also going to set that with my Huda Beauty translucent powder. The first colour I'm going to use is called Shapeshifter, so you don't have to use this palette. You can literally use any sort of neutral colour that you have in your kit. So I'm firstly going to focus it on the outer corner and then bring it in towards the inner part of the eye once I haven't got too much left on my brush. This eye look, we want to be kind of lifted on the outer corner, so we're going to focus most of the colour on this part here. So just wiggle your brush in circular motions and just make sure your brush is nice and fluffy so it really disperses the product. And because this colour is so light, you can get away with kind of blending it out up towards the brow bone. So because we want the look to be nice and elongated, like I said, just make sure you bring it out a little bit further towards the tail of the brow, and this colour will just help any darker shades blend a little bit easier later on. Next we're going to go in with the shade Seduction. I couldn't say that then. And we're going to go in with a smaller fluffy brush, so you can see this one is slightly flatter than the first one. This is a Morphe M433 brush, and again focusing that on the outer corner. I'm doing this with my eye open so I can see exactly where it is when I'm looking straight ahead. And again, focus it on the outer corner in little circular motions. You can always go back in with your first brush just to diffuse that edge. So just switch between the two brushes and you'll get a seamless blend that way. Just take it across the lash line as well. And once you get to the outer corner, just flick your brush slightly outwards just to enhance that elongated shape. Just to deepen it up a little bit further, we're going to go in with the shade Prima Donna. Switching up my brush again, so this is a tiny little blending brush to keep the blending more precise, and this is a Morphe M562. This is going to go across the lash line first on the outer corner because we're kind of building that lash line up, and prep it for the smoky liner. Once again, you can go in with your second brush, just diffuse the top of that to kind of blend and merge the two colours together. So for the next step, you can go in with black eyeliner if you want, but I think using brown just makes it a little bit softer and not too dramatic. And so I'm actually going to go in with Costa Riche eye pencil by MAC, and you just want to warm the pencil on the back of your hand so it's a bit more creamy, and then you basically just want to, I do pull my eye taut slightly, you basically just want to run this across your lash line, and again you don't have to be neat, and kind of make it a little bit thicker on the outer corner. And this is basically our base for the darker brown. You just want to go in with a clean pencil brush or any sort of small smudger brush and just buff out that edge And then with that same pencil, you also want to kind of flick it outwards as if you were doing a winged liner. And you kind of want to follow the bottom lash line, so as if a line was continuing upwards. That's where you want to follow from. Again, you don't have to be neat with this kind of look. Bring it inwards and just connect that to the lid. Again, you can just soften it with the pencil brush. Then you basically just want to press black eyeshadow on top. So I'm using the black in the palette, which is called Nasty, and I'm just pressing that into the lash line, but I'm not taking it as high. I'm not making it as thick as the brown liner. I'm just pressing that on. And once you've done that, you can just neaten up the wing with an angled pencil and just make the edge just a little bit sharper. Because it is powder, obviously you can get away with it looking a little bit more smudgy. So if you're not very confident, then don't worry too much, because it is powder and you can kind of smudge it out a little bit. And you just want to use that same brown as before, the Prima Donna, just on your pencil brush, just to soften the edge of that black. So we're just going to re-intensify the inner corner, just where it's been covered up with eyeshadow. So I'm just going to use the Rumor 3 base by P. Louise and a flat brush, not creating a cut crease, just making that bit brighter again. I'm just going to set that with the lightest shade in the palette, which is called Nicholas. Then we're just going to clean up under the wing. I'm going to go in with mascara next. So this is the Mad Lash mascara by the BALM, and I'm going to try half lashes today, so I'm going to make sure I really coat the inner part of my lashes. So the lashes that I'm using is by Ardell, the DEMI Wispies. What I've done is just cut it in half, so I'm going to use the shorter end first, because I do have naturally quite short eyelashes. So if you do, just use the inner part of the lash. So just so you can see, they're really subtle, but they just make the outer corner just a little bit thicker and more lifted. What you can do, you don't have to do this, but I just layered the two halves on top of each other. So I've just put the longest part on top of that shorter half of the lash. Because you've already got that depth there, it doesn't look so kind of jumpy, if that makes sense. So I've just got the other half here I'm going to put on top of that one. Sorry guys, I didn't realise I wasn't filming, but I haven't completed it yet, luckily. So for foundation, I'm going to use the Morphe 2 Hint of Toast foundation. And I'm just going to blend that in, firstly with a brush, just to kind of disperse it all over. Then I'm just going to go in with a sponge, just to dab out any brush marks and pick up any excess. For foundation, I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and this is in the shade Shortbread. So I'm just going to use a little bit on the inner part of the eye, and I'm just going to pop a little bit down the centre of my face as well, and under the cheekbone. So that will just even out the highlighter, so it's not just super light underneath the eyes. Kind of balance it out basically. And I'm just going to blend that in with my Morphe sponge. This is from the Coca-Cola collection. It's so nice and soft. It literally diffuses it out so well. So next we're going to powder the under eye. So just beforehand, you just want to make sure there are no creases. So just tap them out with your sponge. And I'm just going to use the other Morphe sponge with the Huda Beauty powder to press that in. And then this way I just feel like it makes it look a lot smoother and not as heavy. It just makes it look so flawless. Next I'm going to go in with a PLOUISE base in Cute and Coral. So this works so nice as a base for your blusher. So I tend to work with quite a lot because it really does kind of diffuse out really easily. So just tap it in. And then that way when you put your blusher on top, you've kind of got this like veil of peach underneath, almost acting like a kind of like a transition shade for your blusher. Just before I go in with my bronzer, I have one of the KVD liquid contours. So this I just tried on this side, so I don't know if you can see, but it's basically a very kind of cool tone liquid contour basically. But yeah, it's very cool tone, so it's perfect for that like ultimate contour look. It's not a cream bronzer at all, so it's not going to give you warmth or anything. So I'm just tapping that in with a brush, so you can see it just casts a very like natural shadow. I did bring it up a bit too high here, so it does look a little bit too greyish where I would normally put my bronzer. So if you do have this, I'd recommend just using it in the very hollow. And I'm just going to go over the top of that with my bronzer. This is by Spectrum. This is in the shade Shine. So this is quite golden, so I'm not going to go in with a bronzer that is too cool tone when I've already used that kind of colour. And this is just going to warm up my cheeks and forehead. And over the top of that, I'm going to use It's a Date blusher by the BALM. I just realised my brush had a little bit of the Morphe Cherryfied blusher, which is from the Cherry Coat collection. I used this with this brush the other day. You can see it still has a little bit on there. I didn't mean to. I didn't want to go like this pinky bit. I guess it's working quite well. Yeah, you don't have to use that one. Use whatever blush you like. Then for highlighter, I'm going to use Rodeo Drive by OFRA. Slipped my mind there. I'm going to use a very small amount on the top of the cheeks. Also on the brow bone as well. And the inner corner. Right, so we're just going to finish off the eyes with some mascara on the bottom lashes. So next we're going to move on to lips. So I'm going to use Boldly Bare Lip Liner by MAC. Then I'm going to use PEACHSTOCK lipstick, also by MAC, over the top. That is pretty much it for the makeup. I really hope you guys liked it. Of course, as always, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new here. And leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think. If you have any video suggestions, then please just leave them down below. But that is everything from me. Thank you so much for watching, and you'll see me in my next one. Bye!